where is sovereignty derived from, and how does different countries with different levels of sovereignty interact
Right.
with each other, and who's to say that one is sovereign over the other or vice versa? How would you
That's it.
reconcile that?
Yeah, that's right. That has been debated by political philosophers for the last 500 years.
Yeah,
From the time of Hobbes, who spoke of the sovereign. The sovereign
yeah,
is this all-powerful figure who has the ability to keep everybody in line and to put an end to this war of all against all.
yeah,
And there's and the mainstream of Western political philosophy for the last 500 years has been to concentrate sovereignty in a particular person or institution.
mm,
So it's either Parliament. Parliamentary sovereignty is the key British constitutional principle. Or else popular sovereignty. That takes us back to Jean-Jacques Rousseau in the 18th century, the French revolutionaries. Popular sovereignty. Abraham Kuyper, the Dutch polymath, he was a Christian. He was prime minister of the Netherlands between 1901 and 1905. Somebody whom I admire a great deal, and who has been very influential on the books and the various articles that I've written. He spoke of something called sphere sovereignty.
yeah.
A very inelegant term which I would not have invented myself. This is why I use the term pluriformity, and so
Yeah.
that's probably inelegant too, I suppose. But the idea that the ultimate sovereignty belongs to God,
Yeah,
and that He delegates His authority to various agents, in within His creation.
yeah,
So individuals, but also institutions, also leadership within communities and institutions and so forth. So sovereignty is not derived. The parental authority is not derived from state sovereignty,
yeah,
as some people might want to think, and that's going
yeah,
to condition your approach to education as well. That takes us back
mm,
to our first topic
yeah.
of discussion. But
So how?
we but I think as believers, we are willing to recognize this diversity, that this pluriformity, and we're not
Yeah,
threatened by it
mm,
as the adherents of ideologies are. Because they
okay,
see chaos. We don't see chaos. We simply see people, people that are made in God's image, who have formed communities, and these communities are pursuing their own interests as they understand them.
yeah,
And we do need some kind of an institution that will coordinate these in some fashion. That's where public justice comes in. This is where government comes in. And but we're not afraid to allow the family to be the family, to allow
yeah,
marriage to be marriage, to allow a school to be a school, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah. And I think also what you're implying is, as Christians, particularly, um, we can operate within any system that's going to be out there, that's going to shift and move and change in ways that maybe we don't like, or maybe that are problematic for us or even harmful. But ultimately, our our foundation transcends the societal system we're in, right?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So, I don't think we could ever say that one particular governmental system is the Christian or
Yeah,
the biblical governmental system. And I can't think of anybody who has actually said that.
yeah,
The most people believed that, well up into the 19th and 20th centuries, that the best constitution was a form of mixed constitution that would embody the best of monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy,
yeah,
while not letting any one of those get the upper hand.
hmm,
And in many respects, I think the American founders were operating within that tradition when they wanted to have these three branches of government, none of which could claim sovereignty.
yeah,
So it was a kind of shared sovereignty, and I think they were right about that. In that respect, they were not establishing a democracy pure and simple, but they were establishing a mixed constitution that would have democratic elements. I think
yeah,
that's true of our fathers of confederation a century later here in Canada as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.